Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to JoyNews Room. We're coming to you live from our studios here at Kokomlimli. We're also live on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 125 and around the world on myjoyonline.com. In the next 60 minutes, health experts flag excessive use of alum for water treatment, warning that abuse of the substance can result in neurological problems.
Used to purify the water, especially when they are using that concentration, which I believe is so high, is going to cause kidney problem.
We'll hear from a histopathologist who is also raising alarm of rising cases of spontaneous abortions, especially in the Ashanti region. Also coming up, overcrowding is crippling learning at Tanoso AME Zion Junior High School, where some classrooms are packed with more than 70 students.
Into the classroom, it's not conducive at all for learning.
Also, University for Development Studies makes history by becoming Africa's first team to win the World Universities Championships in China.
To potentially win the match for UDS.
We're a home of independent, fearless, and credible journalism. Please stay for details. From Galamsey, forensic pathologist Professor Prof Sampene has raised concerns over Ghana's water company's excessive use of alum for water treatment. The Ghana Water Limited has indicated that it has more than doubled the amount of alum it uses to treat water, especially in the Galamsey affected areas. Professor Sampene warned that while the chemical is commonly employed to purify water, excessive levels can affect essential organs in the human body.
The water company is telling us that they are using more alum. Alum is aluminum hydroxide. That is the full name, aluminum hydroxide. And this aluminum hydroxide, when taken for a long period, in fact, at higher concentration, it has a lot of what we call health effects. One of them is kidney. When you use alum, that's aluminum hydroxide that is used to purify the water, especially when they are using that concentration, which I believe is so high, is going to cause kidney problem, is going to cause irritation in the respiratory tract, is going to cause what we call Alzheimer's disease, that neurological defect. All these things are things that have been proven, have been studied and proven to be as important that we have to be very careful about.
Well, Professor Sampene has also been raising an alarming rate of spontaneous abortions due to heavy metals in the placenta.
In some hospitals, where women out of something that they have not committed, go to the hospital, or for reason being that they've seen blood spotting, that's what we usually call spot. And then these women go to the hospital only to abort the babies that they've actually impregnated, they've been pregnant with.
Sorry, Prof. You said spontaneous abortion.
Spontaneous abortion.
That is abortion. It's unintentional. Is
unintentional. Yes, okay. Exactly. These women are now, in fact, I have about 500 cases where women have gone to the hospital and abort their babies because of concentration of these heavy metals in their placenta.
Well, still on Galamsey, natural resource governance analyst Richard Elima has proposed a shift in strategy in the fight against the canker. Dr. Elima said the government should look for plausible solutions in dealing with illegal mining rather than relying on traditional short-term interventions, which offers the most effective and sustainable path to ending Galamsey.
I think we need to understand that there are short-term measures we can adopt, and there are also long-term sustainable measures that we can adopt. One, the approach we have been using can only work in the short term. You can send soldiers to the field, arrest illegal miners, and then prosecute them. They work in the short term. I do not think for a minute that the youth that we arrest, just check the people we arrest at the site. Young people unemployed, most of them vulnerable people from the community, most of whom go to Galamsey side just to get some daily bread. These are the ones who are arrested, paraded on TV, and then we convince ourselves we are fighting Galamsey. That's a deceit. If we really are serious about fighting Galamsey, let us target those whose money buy the excavators and other machinery that poor Galamsey at the community level.
Well, the analyst further emphasized the need to organize local miners into cooperatives while strengthening regulatory bodies like the Environmental Protection Agency and the Minerals Commission to ensure effective monitoring and oversight.
As it is, there are thousands of license holders, most of whom are not even mining, but there are many miners who don't have the license. And they are doing whatever they like. Nobody supervises the operations. Nobody ensures they are operating according to the law, and so on. So my proposal is zone the district, get Minerals Commission and EP officials to be in charge of the zone, get an equipment pool where these miners will be required to hire equipment from these equipment pools. That way we can regulate how these excavators and so on are used, and they don't go beyond the legally accepted limit. And then get graduates from UMA to support these miners so that they can do the proper thing. I believe that would be a more controlled way of ending Galamsey rather than the haphazard methods that we have been using.
Our decision to call for a charge has benefited the people of Ghana. That is according to Bernard Mona, the leader of the People National Convention, PNC, who also acknowledges what he describes as restored dignity in governance. At the party's National Executive Committee meeting in Sunyani, he said the PNC must work towards forming the next government with a call on all Nkrumah party members to join hands ahead of the 2028 elections. Precious Semevo reports.
The National Executive Committee meeting of the People's National Convention, PNC, in Sunyani was a platform for some critical decisions to be taken for the growth of the party. The second highest decision-making body of the party approved the PNC's official website, which includes a link that enables the generation of a membership identity card and payment of dues. According to the leader of the party, Bernard Mona, NEC has agreed on a reorganization at all levels with a decision to hold a National Delegates Congress in 2027 to enable the party's leadership to be sold to Ghanaians before the 2028 elections. He said Ghana has seen enough of the NDC-MPP duopoly and the PNC must position itself to become the next party in government.
Our decisions here today include reaching out to our cousins in the other Nkrumah's political parties to ensure that we have a formidable representation in 2028 to capture political power for the good of the Ghanaian people. So it is our time. And we say it not because we were part of the formation of the new democracy, but because we are bringing out novel policies and ideas that will lead us. We are capturing our history. We are letting you understand what we can do. And together with you, the media, we can make Ghana a better nation than we have.
Bernard Mona also said the PNC has no regret in supporting the NDC to power. He, however, admits that despite the gains, more needs to be done.
The party can say without doubt that our decision to call for change has been beneficial to the people of Ghana, even though it could have been better. We have seen at the macro level that inflation has come down. We have problems with it because if unemployment is increasing and you are telling us inflation is coming down, we have to interrogate what is causing the inflation to come down. But at least it has come down. We have seen stabilization of our currency. We have also seen that there has been dignity restored to governorship in our country. And whilst I disagree that the U.S. reversal of visa restrictions to Ghana is any good to us, but it tells that we have improved on our relationship with other nations. And that is why these things have come. I disagree because everything that the United States have, Ghana has twice of it. The people of Ghana can become richer if our leadership were to be right.
Precious Semevo, JoyNews, Sunyani.
Overcrowding is Crippling learning at Tanoso AME Zion Junior High School, where some classrooms are packed with more than 70 students. A new classroom block that was meant to ease the pressure has stalled, forcing some classes to be held under trees. Anas Abid reports.
This is the reality of education for these children here at the Techiman Tanoso AME Zion Junior High School. On a sunny day like today, these outdoor classes are a necessity, not a choice. What you see here is one of the few classrooms built in the 1980s, now bursting at the seams with class sizes exceeding 70, more than double the approved number. Bright Donko Ebwaje is the headmaster here. The situation, according to him, is dire.
Actually, I've been in this school for a very long time, and looking at the state of the building, it was built in the 80s. And when you enter into the classroom, it's not conducive at all for learning, which the children are suffering. When it gets to the afternoon time, when the sun becomes scorchy, very difficult for teachers to enter and teach. So sometimes we move to the tree. So we have our lessons under the tree. So we have prepared a marker board, which we normally use.
Hope, however, arrived in the form of a new government project supported by the Australian government to construct new classroom blocks and finally provide adequate space.
When you look at our numbers, we have to have double stream, because in our educational system, we shouldn't engage children more than 35 in a room. But when you get to the room, we have some classes even more than 70. So it was very difficult for us to handle them. So I believe with this, it will help us to go very far, and the output will be very good and encouraging for the community.
But that hope has faded almost as quickly as the project began. A change in national government has led to a dramatic slowdown. The site, which should be a hive of activity, now stands silent and abandoned. Eric Akwaseje is the contractor in charge of this project.
Timing factor. I do want to delay. I want to scan a bar, Sunday, but I don't want between 6 months a year. But as I say, I do want to travel 1 year, but 1 year, and the other about monitoring. No, scarce. The others and cafans and the band come there.
The delay has prompted local leaders to appeal to the new administration, arguing that the education of children should transcend political cycles. Member of Parliament for Techiman South, Martin J. Mensah Kosa, is making a passionate appeal to the new government to fast-track the process.
When it's completed, it's going to create a very good, conducive environment for teaching and learning, and the source of funding is very viable. The only challenge is they speeding up their work. We are praying that as previous engagements with them has been done, they've given assurances that they are going to work around it and get the certificates cleared so that the money comes. So if they are watching us, we are begging them that these projects are badly needed to help these children to live and learn well. And I'm sure that they should be able to do that for us.
The foundation has been dug and the building has been erected, but the future of these students remains on shaky ground. The community here is watching and waiting, hoping that the promise made to their children won't become just another broken one. Anas Sabit, JoyNews, Tanoso.
Pupils at Dakuma Hill are breathing a sign of relief following the commissioning of a borehole for their school. Until now, the children had to walk long distances in search of water, disrupting academic activities. The borehole was provided by the Millennium Child Support Group with technical and financial backing from the ECOWAS Commission through the Regional Agency for Agriculture and Food under the auspices of the Spanish Corporation. JoyNews Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam reports.
The Dakuma Hill DA Basic School was established in 2012 through the collective effort of community members with support from the Ghana Education Service. The vision of establishing the school was to provide children from the Dakuma Hill enclave have access to basic education without trekking long distances. After achieving to a large extent the purpose for which the school was established, they began to have challenge retaining the young learners at the school for the entire instructional period for the day. The reason the school was not hooked to the Ghana National School Feeding Program and no potable water on site. The enrollment at the school began to take a nosedive, as explained by the head teacher of the school, Mesa Belunyamayao.
As many of them left the classroom in search of food, the lack of potable water also meant children walk long distances and often miss lessons. Basic infrastructure was inadequate, and the school struggled for visibility and recognition.
The young learners are now heaving a sigh of relief following the provision of a borehole for the school by the Millennium Child Support Group with technical and financial support from the ECOWAS Commission to the Regional Agency for Agriculture and Food under the auspices of the Spanish Corporation. Godfrey Atopaka is the Chief Executive Officer of Millennium Child Support Group, and he shared an insight on the project.
Before you can eat a good food, you must have a good water to cook. Without good water, you can never cook a meal. Even if you cook a meal, there will be a problem of contamination and disease. So we have constructed this borehole to directly complement our school feeding program here, so that the children here will enjoy the meal as well as drinking a good drinking water.
With the provision of the borehole, Mesa Belunyamayao noted that the intervention has completely changed the face of education in the community. He however penciled some present challenges he wished to be tackled.
Our youngest learners are currently without a safe and suitable environment. A KG block will provide them with a proper foundation where they can learn through play in a child-friendly setting. A kindergarten block at Hill Community. Children in Hill face great challenges accessing early education. During rainy season, bad roads become flooded, and many children cannot walk the distances to Dakuma Hill DA Basic School. Establishing a KG and putting up KG block in Hill itself will make early childhood education accessible.
Sisala was District Chief Executive Abdul Fuseni Bene was commending the Millennium Child Support Group for the intervention, revealed that plans are afoot to procure furniture for schools in the district.
The government, through the Sisala West District Assembly, will in a few months' time commence the procurement and distribution of adequate furniture to all basic schools in the Sisala West District.
Reporting for JoyNews, Rafik Salam, Dakuma Hill.
The winner of this year's School Sanitation Solutions Challenge at Taldus Kuntana of the Accra College of Education Demonstration School is setting its sights on transforming how young girls manage their education during their menstrual cycle. After emerging victorious in the competition, Taldus Kuntana says this next step is to roll out a project that turns organic waste into affordable sanitary pads, ensuring that underprivileged female students can remain in school without disruption. The following report has more.
Taldus Kuntana, who beat dozens of students from across the country, says his plan to launch a project that converts organic waste into low-cost menstrual pads is to ensure that no girl misses school because of limited access to sanitary products.
So I looked at the major issues that the communities have been facing, trying to develop my own so we can help improve the current situation. So we can improve the current situation of bad sanitation practices in Ghana. So all these ideas that I developed, I did a lot of research to find what the outside world is doing and Ghana is not doing. Well, we roll out the use of organic waste for menstrual pads for the girl child. So the girl child can be able to resume school whenever they are visiting or they are having their periods. So they do not less absent themselves for school because it affects their education life.
Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs Ahmed Ibrahim said the contestants demonstrated a clear grasp of Ghana's sanitation challenges and offered well-structured solutions, proving that the country's youth are capable of shaping the future of environmental management.
In all, I'm highly impressed about what has taken place here. When the first question was posed, I was sitting there thinking what the answers might be. But listening to the 4 contestants, they gave me all of them were correct. They gave strategic answers that we know what the problem in the sanitation problem in Ghana is, and we know what the solutions are. So I think the missing link now is the behavioral change and the commitment to do what we know. Clearly, I'm highly impressed that the future of Ghana is very bright.
World Vision Ghana believes children must no longer be sidelined in the country's sanitation drive. According to the country director, Tina Mukunda, children should not be treated as mere observers, but as a big part of the ongoing struggle for better hygiene and clean environments.
We called change agents that are actually nurtured, that are actually, supported to be able to understand what it means. We also would like to hear their voices in the issues of sanitation because they actually affect the children most. And so nothing is for children without children. And therefore, this festival is recognizing the fact that they are not just spectators, but they are a part of the solution that we are building to be able to build very sustainable solutions.
With hundreds of children from both rural and urban schools participating in this year's Sanitation Solutions Challenge, the event reinforced a growing national resolve to make sanitation, education and innovation a shared responsibility. Organizers believe starting with children is the surest way to build sustainable practices that will transform communities for years to come.
The Catholic Bishop of Goso, Most Reverend Peter Kwekwe-Tuahene, is urging priests not to allow the pursuit of riches to overshadow their sacred mission. At a colorful ordination of 3 young priests in Kenyasi in the Afro region, the bishop declared that priesthood must never be reduced to a business venture, urging the clergy to embrace contentment, humility and love.
We don't receive salary. We live for the church, and therefore it's the members that take care of us. And most of the time, we see many poor and simple people bring in the little they have to just keep us going. Therefore, I'm asking the priests and all of us to appreciate the little that they have. They must not impose, they must not choose and select. Take whatever they have.
Most Reverend Kwekwe-Tuahene also admonished priests to serve in humility and love and not to lord over their congregations.
Try not to let their love for you make you superior over them or lord it over them. Humble yourselves and you enjoy it. The priesthood is also joyful because you have so many people who are looking up to you and they come to you and they give you what they want. So I'm asking the priests that wherever they are placed, they must be content with whatever they have.
The Catholic Bishop of Goso Diocese stressed the need for persons who aspire to be in the priesthood to have full conviction of God's calling and not to cut corners.
It's a calling. If you are not called, don't push yourself into it. That is why in these days, I think we have so many people calling themselves as priests. There's no monitoring. Nobody knows what kind of formation they have. And therefore, they must not cut corners and just don't let monetary considerations or anything take center stage in their lives.
Reverend Father Samson Bedu, one of the newly ordained priests, on behalf of his colleagues, prayed to use their gifts and talent in their pastoral mission to serve humanity faithfully.
That the bishop has given to us and the church has provided for us, we must cherish it. So we are not coming to fight for wealth, but we are coming to give hope to the people of God. So we promise that we will not come and do certain things that goes contrary to the teachings of the church. So we promise that whatever we have, the talent the Lord has given to us, and the gift that He has given to us, we will put it into a good use.
From Kenya, in the Ahafo region for Joy News, Emmanuel Edujemfi.
The Empowerment Care Foundation, the humanitarian arm of the Empowerment Worship Center, is set to scale up its humanitarian intervention within Adenta, Medina, and surrounding communities. For more than a decade, the center has successfully rolled out its landmark initiative, Life Check, with this year's 11th edition, aiming at a bold ambition of proving critical health and educational support to over 17,000 people. Leader of the Empowerment Care Foundation, Prophet Gideon Danso, says his outfit plans to ultimately set up a health bank where the destitute can find temporary relief. There's more on this report.
For more than a decade, LifeCheck, a landmark initiative of the Empowerment Care Foundation, the humanitarian arm of Empowerment Worship Center, has provided critical health and educational support to residents of Adenta, Medina, and surrounding communities. With an ambitious target of reaching out to 17,000 people this year, the 11th edition of LifeCheck ramped up support for the needy under the auspices of Prophet Gideon Danso, the global lead pastor of Empowerment Worship Center.
LifeCheck, like the name LifeCheck, I believe that God has called us to live the life. People are living life, and life is happening to people. The Bible says God has given us everything pertaining to life and godliness. The church is a living organization, and we live amongst people. People is church, church is people. So Bible says when Jesus saw the multitude, he was moved with compassion. Life is essentially what moves you to impact the life of the people that we live with. If you don't have health, you can't continue in life. And so we prioritize health as well. This is the church getting out of the four walls of our building to come to the community amongst which the church exists, and also to just reach out to people that desperately need the love of God, maybe not through our preaching, but through food, through health, through education, through backpacks, through uniforms, through surgeries, through the different things we're doing here.
The 11th edition of LifeCheck witnessed a full suite of services including general and surgical consultations, dental and eye clinics, ultrasound scans, and laboratory services. Also, thousands of children have been equipped for the new academic year with free school bags, uniforms, shoes, exercise books, and stationery, plus the distribution of clothing, nourishing meals, and free haircuts. Some of the beneficiaries had this to say.
This thing they are doing here is all of us who have, they are helping us. You see, sometimes parents don't have money or hospital things. That's all the things they are doing will be good things. The person who bring that things to, I thank him very much.
In the coming years, the Empowerment Care Foundation says it plans to set up a help bank where the destitute can find temporary relief. The group is calling on well-meaning Ghanaians to join this campaign.
People can call in and reach out and can pick up their backpacks, can pick up their school uniform, their school shoes, and so on and so forth. We are hoping to do it where there's a bank where you can reach out and pick up this on a daily basis, and that's what next we are looking at doing.
This is JoyNews Room. We take a break. We return with more. For Development Studies, UDS has written a golden chapter in African sports history, becoming the champions for the 2025 World University Games. The players stand with a 2-1 victory over reigning champions Brazil's mighty Paulista University. Isdin Al-Hassan sealed a deal for Ghana in the 120th minute with a corner strike that ended at the back of the net. Let's listen to how the commentator captured the moment.
Okay, here we go. 1 minute of extra time to deliver a corner to potentially win the match for UDS. Scored by NCD Al-Hassan. Helwa, helwa, helwa. We might be crowning a new champion very, very soon. And we have the UDS University for Development Studies team in Ghana have won the 2025 FISU University World Cup Football. Campione, champions, all champions. That makes an athlete proud in their career. How often can you say you are a World Cup champion, a FISU University World Cup football champion? Captain Muhammad Sulemana of Ghana. They are the champions. Campion, campion. University for Development Studies, known as UDS from Ghana.
Well, UDS putting Ghana on the world stage. Congratulations to them. Now, the Multimedia Group Limited also emerged Media Organization of the Year at the 36th CIMG Annual National Marketing Performance Awards. The company also picked up 2 additional honors to cement its position as Ghana's leading media powerhouse. And here's more on this report.
Gentlemen, the Media Organization of the Year is Multimedia Ghana Limited.
The Multimedia Group Limited was adjudged Media Organization of the Year, while My Joy Online took home Online News Portal of the Year, and Asempa FM's Ecosystem was crowned Radio Program of the Year at the ceremony held in Accra. This year's event was themed Repositioning Brand Ghana, Marketing for Economic Growth and Transformation. Speaking to Adum News after receiving the awards on behalf of management, Programs Director of Asempa FM, Samuel Kwadade Irenchi, commended the hard-working staff of Multimedia Group Limited for their dedication and contribution.
Kudos. These awards and every one of them is for everyone in Multimedia Group. Joy FM, Joy Prime, Joy News, Adum TV, Adum FM, Asempa FM, My Joy Online. Every business department, Multimedia Group, the award will be.
Coordinator for Strategic Partnerships and Projects at JoyNews MFA Ewenam Etiamwa Eli emphasized the need for the media to consistently uphold professional standards while expressing gratitude to the CIMG for the honor.
We are grateful to them. I mean, it's exciting to know that at the end of the day, what you do, people appreciate it. And more to that, is also the fact that it invigorates us. And so we are grateful to them for this honor given us. And telling us that we are able, and for that matter, we should continue doing what we are doing, and if possible, even do better.
Finally, the president of the Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana, Michael Abiu, in his address urged organizations to invest in professional development and highlighted some key challenges while calling on Chief of Staff Julius Debra to support the process.
There are some few statements I'll be making to the Honorable Chief of Staff. We've had initial discussions, and I hope that you can take this message along for us, because as he's the lead on coordinating government policy, we want to call on his leadership in championing a national policy mandating professional marketing expertise in all marketing-related sector appointments. Such a policy will embed marketing excellence at the core of Ghana's economic transformation.
Non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, hypertension and stroke are among the leading cause of deaths in Ghana. A Live Health Watch and the Healthy Futures Ghana initiative have been launched to step up prevention and awareness. My colleague Redelin Abensa reports.
At the launch, Chief Executive Officer and founder of Live Health Watch and Healthy Futures Ghana, Nana Abena Jimfa Bibio, said the initiative seeks to expand access to basic health care for underserved communities. She revealed that free health screenings have already been conducted in 2 towns, with patients receiving a 1-month supply of medication.
We screened successfully in Berkuso and Obuadaka. We saw over 650 participants because we provided access to basic care and medications as well for those who were screened.
As non-communicable diseases continue to claim lives at an alarming rate, initiatives like Live Health Watch and Healthy Futures Ghana are stepping in to bridge the healthcare gap one community at a time. Organizers say the goal is not just treatment, but transformation, empowering Ghanaians with the tools, knowledge and access needed to lead healthier lives.
The Healthy Futures Ghana initiative, which is about using early screening and access to care to ensure that those who live in low-resource settings have access to basic care.
Redelin Abensa's report read to you.
Cargill Ghana has handed over a fully renovated girls' dormitory to the Tetelklu State School for the Deaf at Ejekojo in the Tema West Municipality. At the ceremony, the Managing Director of Cargill Ghana, Max Iso Latte, reaffirmed the company's commitment to education and the welfare of children.
The decision to refurbish the girls' dormitory at the Tetelklu State School for the Deaf was taken last year when Cargill Ghana paid a routine visit to donate dry food items as it does every October. During the visit, the company observed the poor condition of the dormitory, which posed serious challenges for the girls who lived there. Following the school's request, Cargill Ghana, with the support of its staff, mobilized funds and engaged artisans to restore the facility. For the company, the gesture underscores its role as a social partner committed to ensuring that children learn and grow in safe and supportive environments. Here is Managing Director of Cargill Ghana, Max Isulat.
So Cargill, being committed to education, we invested time and also financial capital to provide a safe environment for the children to be able to learn and thrive. I think some of the roofs were even broken to the point where when it rained, the children were impacted by the rain. So we wanted to make sure that the children were safe while they were learning and create opportunity for them to thrive. This is our future, the children are our future, and education is important for sustainable development for this nation. And we want to make sure that Cargill remain a critical player in sustainable development here in Ghana.
Director, Human Resources of Cargill West Africa, Francis Yohunu, also assured that the company will continue to support education by resourcing other schools.
We believe this will create a good environment for our female to have a very good environment, to have a sound mind, to be able to learn and become future leaders. Who knows, we might get some of our ministers and future lady presidents from this young lady. So that is what we do, and this is one of the things we've done. We've renovated a lot of computer labs in the Tema metropolis. We've also been able to, if you go to Tema Community 1, the craft court, we've been able to build a craft court where children are able to go there to play, and then the community is also able to play. So this is what we are doing. And in October, we are also going to retool the school ICT lab of Nyinahini, and we are going to install 40 computers for the school children over there. So this is what we do, and this is what we commit some of our resources into.
Headmaster of the Tete Oklu State School for the Deaf, Isaac Arthur, expressed deep gratitude for the renovation, describing it as a timely relief for the school community.
Our dormitory wasn't in good state, and so Kagri Company came in. And today, if you can see it, it's very, very, very beautiful. They have done well. They have renovated the guest dormitory for the school. And so we thank them. We want to use this opportunity to appeal to the rest of the community or the rest of the Ghanaians. They can also come in to help us. You know, it's a government school. Ghana government cannot do everything alone.
Special Education Coordinator for the Tema West Education Directorate, Happy Emanuela Akunlibe, noted that the project complements government efforts to improve facilities in special schools.
We'll also add that this school is a school for the deaf, children with hearing impairment. And sometimes when they come with multiple disability. Instead of only the deafness, we see them with other disabilities. So there's a center that those with severe are also in, and the place is at Zenu in Ashaman. So we are also appealing to them that if they can also help children with multiple disability, those with Down syndrome, those with cerebral palsy, and those with autism, and those with physical disability, they are always welcome to help such children in Ghana.
The students thanked Cargill Ghana for renovating the structure, making it comfortable for the girls. They urged Cargill and other organizations to come to the aid of the boys by refurbishing the boys' dormitory. Cargill has been sourcing cocoa from Ghana in the last 4 decades, opening its state-of-the-art cocoa processing plant in Tema in 2008, processing cocoa into powder, butter and cake form, serving food and confectionery customers globally.
Vivo Energy, in a move to boost women's confidence behind the wheel, Vivo Energy Ghana has launched the Shell Fix campaign. The initiative offers hands-on training in car maintenance, lubrication and safety, specifically targeting women from various sectors. At the launch, Managing Director Christian Lee said the program aims to promote self-reliance and improve road safety by equipping more women with the technical know-how to maintain their vehicles.
Under the tagline "Safely, Confidently with Skill," and in line with the company's corporate social responsibility, Shell Fix is an extension of the flagship program of the company's SHEPA Diversity and Inclusion campaign focused on fueling change and empowering women in all spheres of life.
So as the African proverb reminds us, knowledge is like a garden. If it's not cultivated, we can't harvest it. By equipping women with basic car care knowledge, we are cultivating confidence and harvesting empowerment. Our vision is to become the leading and most respected energy business in Africa. Our journey to that vision is guided by our values: safety, excellence, respect, caring, and integrity.
Corporate Communications Manager Shirley Tonikum also emphasized the importance of such initiatives, saying they have a lasting impact beyond just car maintenance.
Okay, so Shell Fix is a well-thought-through program by Vivo Energy Ghana, the company that markets and distributes Shell-branded fuels and lubricant. We decided to give this value back to our female customers. You would attest to the fact that most of the time when our cars break down on the road, or there's an issue with it, the first thing we do is to panic at times, or either call the mechanic or we call our husbands that, hey, I have an issue on the road. But this program by Vivo Energy is seeking to empower females to know the basics about car maintenance. So when there's an issue, at least you're able to figure it out before you call your mechanic that I think I have an issue with my fan belt, I think I have an issue with my engine, so that they bring the right tools, which saves time, ease of convenience and all that. And today we are doing that by teaching female drivers all over the world, all over Ghana, that you can do it.
Shelf Fix is expected to roll out in several regions over the coming months.
You're still watching JoyNews Room. We'll be back after this break. Welcome back. Now, tourism remains a billion-dollar industry for Ghana's economy, but stakeholders insist the country has only begun to scratch the surface of its vast potential. Making this year's World Tourism Day in the Volta region, discussions centered on the blue economy, the preservation of untapped heritage sites, and the urgent need for infrastructure and road development to attract investment and boost arrivals. Ivy Setochi has more in the following report.
The Volta coastline holds breathtaking views, a painful history, and a future filled with promise. From the newly rediscovered slave market and museum in Hedronao to the Avu Lagoon and the historic fort present in Keta, the Volta region is rich with stories waiting to be told. But the challenge is access. Bad roads and poor infrastructure continue to keep these treasures hidden. For the tourism minister, Ablajifa Gomashi, the push goes beyond heritage. She's linking the celebration to the blue economy.
27th of September is World Tourism Day, and we decided this year to link it to the blue economy workshop that we have just finished with the Ministry of Fisheries and allied agencies and ministries. The idea is that if we as Ghanaians want to tap into the blue economy, then we have to pay attention to the coastline that starts from Aplau all the way to Hafasini. Tourism sites that are in the Volta region are scattered all over the place. In every part of the region that you go to, there's something extraordinary there.
The call for infrastructure was echoed by Ketu South's MCE, Nicholas Kobla Waklachi, who says roads are not just for tourism.
And with the assistance of my Honorable Member of Parliament, Ablaji Fagumashi, we are seriously in talks with the road minister to consider most of our roads. And I can tell you research has proved that investment potential of the country, all these important potentials are being communicated to the world by tourists. Tourists communicate to what they have seen. Tourists will communicate culture, tradition, belief systems, and security. The first source of information of investment destination of the country is communicated by tourists.
For now, the message from World Tourism Day is clear. Tourism is Ghana's gold mine if the country is ready to invest in it. Back to the Minister Ablajifa Gomashi.
Road infrastructure in our country has not seen the kind of improvement that we all want. Most especially the roads to our tourist sites. Without these roads, without good roads, we've been able to, if you look at the records, the ministry or the sector contributed over 4.8 billion to the GDP. So if you do the roads and you help us with small infrastructure to boost what happens around these centers, around these tourist sites, you can just imagine what will happen when we come back to talk about it in next year or 2 years from now. So the road infrastructure to all our tourist sites are as important as the product itself. And I remember saying that I'll lobby Honorable Kwame Abuja, my dear brother, to assist us with that. He has not refused. But as you know, the kitty is this small, and so it's one thing at a time. But my fingers are tightly crossed that by the end of next year, a lot of these roads to our tourist sites should be improved, honestly.
Ivy Satoji, Joy News, now.
And that's all we have for you from JoyNews Room. Up next is the law with Samson Ladiayanini. You want to wait for this one? We're talking about needy men and the law. Please stay tuned.